Dakota College at Botno Time, and we have Dr. Linda Burbidge. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we obviously, the rain, we really could use some rain. It just feels like it wants to empty out on us. Yeah. Just this morning even, just some light showers, nothing much, not even any puddles. But we need that rain.
We do,
We definitely do.
Yeah.
The Dakota College started off primarily as a forestry school, but it has expanded into so many different things. Nursing and farm management education is huge also.
Yes, it is.
What is it? What is farm management education?
Yeah, I think we're kind of a well-kept secret, actually, even around the state. People are somewhat familiar with our program, but not really. So what we are kind of this advisor sort of to farmers for their financial, their accounting records, their production records. And so we actually have a statewide network of instructors. Some of us are at Dakota College, some of us are at Bismarck State, some of us are at Lake Region, Wahpeton. So we're stationed all over the state. But we also kind of work at the college and have a hand in some of those things. And so what we really do is we'll go out, we'll help farmers who really want help organizing their financial and production records, just to help give them a clearer picture of what's happening on their farm. Whether that's overall their whole farm, or if they're looking at a specific commodity and going, hey, is it worthwhile? Is it worth my time to be producing this, or do I need to switch to something else? And so that's where we kind of come in. We help them organize the data. We have software that will put out this really nice report overall for them. And we can talk about financial ratios and things like that. And also, it helps with their lenders. Their lenders really like having a nice, updated, detailed balance sheet.
Sure.
And we do all of that for you if you're enrolled.
It is something that struck me, as you said, you actually go out to the farm. So this isn't something they come to you for. This is not like, you're not sitting in a class.
No, you're not sitting in a class. And, through the years, it's changed a little. Back when the program started, and it started in the late 80s, 89, I think was the first year we had it here at Dakota College, they would do a lot of farm visits, which would make sense because you'd go out and you'd work on the information, and, it'd be easier for us to go to you.
Sure.
Because you wouldn't have to drag all your files in.
Right.
And with computers, still kind of the same thing. But now more people have laptops, and we can transfer files electronically. So I do a few farm visits for people who are still, I'd say, kicking it old school. They've got like their PC instead of the laptop. But some will come to me. They'll just come to my office. We won't sit in a classroom, but we'll sit together and we'll discuss your farm personally. So it's not like, here's a blanket strategy other farmers do. It's, let's look at your farm and what makes sense.
Oh, definitely, because you can't just blanket everything.
No.
That would be, and not wise either.
Yes.
So what are some of the reasons to get the money situation organized?
Well, a lot of it, for some people, it's really the accuracy. So I think we all probably do this with our own budget. We say, I think I'm spending so much on gas or so much on groceries. On a farm business is the same way. If you're not keeping really good track throughout the year, you maybe have an idea of how much is going to chemical fertilizer per acre, but until you actually sit down and look at those numbers and go, is this typical? Was this atypical? So last year was a really great example. We had really high anhydrous prices. It was crazy. So to kind of sit down and look at all of that and go, oh gosh, that was a lot. We could really kind of track that for people. And then planning going forward, knowing prices have come down a bit this year, we can say, okay, we're not expecting that, but what else is going to be happening? So interest is the big story this year. Yeah.
Have you ever seen like the farmer's eyes just like bug out like they do in cartoons when they see some of those things they're spending on?
Yes.
And how much?
Yes. And some go, oh, wow, really? Like, wow.
I did not know that.
Repairs are usually a kicker.
Sure. Yeah.
Usually unexpected.
Yeah, because they might have a generalized idea, but once they see that number, it might be a little bit higher than what they were thinking.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But for some people, it's accountability too. They know they need to do it, but sitting down and doing it's another thing. Again, kind of like your own personal finances. You're like, I know I should sit down and balance my checkbook, but you don't, because you get busy. And so
Yeah.
if they have me calling them up every so often saying, hey, how are we coming on this? They're more likely to do it and follow through and get it done.
Which is good, yeah. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's something that everybody should do.
Yeah.
But, if you're going to make that house call, they might as well be as honest about it as they can.
Right.
So no doubt about it.
And then the other nice thing we do with this information, because we're collecting it statewide, we'll put it together at the end of one of our financial seasons. So, for example, this March-April timeframe, we kind of gather up everybody's information, because by about that time, they either need it for taxes or they're getting ready to get in the field for 2023. So we've got 2022 information we'll put together. We put together a big report. It's on our website. You can see it. And then you can benchmark against it. So, on average, what did people spend in the North Central region on fertilizer or on repairs? Things like that per acre.
Okay, all right.
So it's actually a really nice thing for you to do, to be able to benchmark. Because I know I often have people come in and they say, you know what, am I really out of line for what I'm paying cash rent? And we can give them an idea of what people in their area are paying.
Okay.
Without really saying, I know exactly what your neighbor's is paying.
Oh, sure.
Because I might, but I'm not going to tell you that.
No.
There is definitely some anonymity involved in our program.
I suppose that a lot of confidentiality as well.
Yes.
Almost
yes.
like the doctor-patient kind of a thing.
Yes. So I won't ever say anything, but I can tell you an average, and
Sure.
we de-identify all that data before it goes to the state. So NDSU will actually use it. They'll put in, they'll help us put the report together, and they will use our information too for their crop budgets that you see.
So don't ask about Farmer Johnson down the road.
No.
You ain't going to tell him.
Nope.
That's privileged information. So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's just, it's been something I think people find really useful. A lot of our lenders in the area find it really useful as well.
Okay. So now we've got a lot of farmers in the area. I mean, this is God's country. This is farming
Yes.
country. If somebody's not enrolled in this yet, how do they get involved? How do they get enrolled?
Well, our program's also a little bit unique. We work with the college, so we're an education program, which is a little bit how we get some of the funding we need. So you technically enroll in classes, but the good news is you don't have to do it right at the beginning of the semester. If it's like November and you're like, man, I really need to get on this, like, we'll let you enroll in November.
Okay.
So to enroll, you can contact myself or any of the other instructors statewide, if you're not in this area. So you can visit our website, ndfarmmanagement.com. You can call me directly. My line at the college is 701-228-5442.
Okay.
And I can hook you up with whoever you want to. And so we're kind of a unique, DCB's kind of unique. We have a nice tight triangle of where we're at. We're at Rugby. We have Morgan Stutrudes in Rugby. We have Lindsay Aberley in Minot, and myself in Botno. So we have, some people are kind of in between, and if it's more convenient for you to go to Minot, I'm not going to be like, no, you should come to me. I'm going to tell you go to Lindsay or Morgan. If it's more convenient for you to go one place or the other. And
that's awesome.
we're not super competitive about territories, but we want to make sure everybody gets the services that need them.
And make sure that whatever they need, they can get.
Yeah,
no
so
doubt about it.
certainly. And the process is, like I said, you enroll for credits spring and fall, even though I might see you a lot more in the spring than the fall. But the nice thing too, there are tuition grants available all the
Sweet.
time through North Dakota Rural Rehab, through North Dakota Ag Department, things like that. And so especially if you're a younger farmer, I can almost guarantee I can get you a tuition discount of
Perfect.
some kind.
Yeah, and you know what? And who doesn't love to save a little bit of money?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you think about it, it's a great value because you get a financial advisor basically for almost free if you're just starting out, which is a great service to have.
What was the website again?
ndfarmmanagement.com.
And your line. Phone number, sorry.
My phone number is 701-228-5442.
Okay. Linda, anything else?
No. I think that sounds like a good morning, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does sound like a good morning. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll get you back again soon, all right?
All right.
Thank you very much, Linda. That's Dr. Linda Burbidge from Dakota College at Botno. It's 8:30.